There comes a moment in every person's life when heaven interrupts the ordinary and releases a destiny that changes everything. Today, I want you to hear this with the deepest part of your spirit. You will be the richest person in your family, not by luck, not by connections, not by chance, but by divine appointment. When God decides to elevate someone, no lineage, no background, no limitation can stop it. And right now, heaven is pointing at you. You may not have been born into wealth, but wealth has been born for you. You may not have inherited assets, but you are about to become the one who creates them. You may not come from a family of abundance, but you are the one who will break the cycle of lack and introduce a new era of prosperity into your bloodline. You are the financial turning point. You are the breakthrough your family has prayed for but never saw until now. You may say, but I don't have enough education. I don't have connections. I don't have opportunities. Listen closely. God does not need your background to fulfill his plan. He only needs your willingness. Throughout history, God has taken ordinary individuals and raised them to extraordinary heights. He delights in lifting those society overlooks, because when your elevation comes, nobody will be able to explain it except by saying, surely God has done this. There is a special kind of grace that rests on path breakers. These are not people who follow a family pattern. They create a new one. Their life becomes a testimony of what God can do when he chooses someone for greatness. And you are not merely hoping for that grace. You are walking into it. Everything that defeated others in your lineage will not defeat you. Everything that delayed others will accelerate you. Everything that limited others will empower you. You will move with a new wisdom, a new clarity, a new level of favor. Doors that were locked for decades will open instantly for you. People who never noticed you before will suddenly recognize your value. Opportunities you never imagined will start appearing. And the financial blessing that God has prepared for you will break every generational boundary. Listen, you are not going to be the richest person in your family just to flaunt wealth. No, God is raising you as a kingdom financier. You will be the one who pays school fees for others, the one who builds houses, the one who helps parents retire with dignity, the one who supports the poor, the one who breaks debts, and the one who leaves an inheritance for generations. The wealth coming to you is not temporary, it is generational. It is not fragile, it is fortified by divine wisdom. It is not random, it is intentional. God is positioning you to become the root of a new financial tree. Others will shade under what you plant. Others will benefit from what you create. Others will prosper because you prosper. And yes, your family will be shocked. Not because God enjoys surprising people, but because he wants your story to be a mirror that reflects his power. The ones who once doubted you will celebrate you. The ones who overlooked you will honor you. The ones who expected you to fail will watch you succeed beyond anything they could imagine. But hear this clearly, your rise will not come merely from hard work. Many people work hard and remain stuck. Your rise will come from favor, from wisdom, from divine strategies, from supernatural connections, from grace that makes difficult things easy. God is about to give you an idea, a plan, a connection, or a shift that will change everything. You are stepping into a season where your life will no longer be defined by survival. It will be defined by abundance, where your hands will no longer be empty, they will overflow. Where your wallet will no longer be tight, it will expand. Where your dreams will no longer be delayed, they will manifest. You are becoming the financial pace setter, the trailblazer, the example of what God can do when he decides to lift someone out of the dust and set them with princes. So lift your head high, walk with confidence, dream bigger, plan boldly, because the mantle of wealth, the mantle of breakthrough, the mantle of abundance has landed on you. And whether people believe it or not, whether they understand it or not, whether they accept it or not, you will be the richest person in your family, and no force on earth can stop a plan that heaven has already signed. Your time has come. Your season has begun. Your life will never remain the same. There comes a moment in a person's life when the patterns of the past finally break, when what has always been normal in a family is no longer the prophecy of the future. Every family has a story. Some stories are filled with struggle, limitation, lack, fear, and survival. But every now and then, God chooses someone from that bloodline to rise higher, to step out of the shadows of generational hardship, and to become the shining example of what His blessing looks like. You are that person. You are the one chosen to rewrite the financial chapter of your family. You're not just another member of your household. You are the beginning of a new level of abundance. For years, you may have watched others around you succeed while your family battled the same problems over and over again. Maybe you saw your parents working tirelessly and still barely making ends meet. Maybe you saw dreams that were too expensive to chase, opportunities that had to be rejected because the finances simply weren't there. Maybe you grew up hearing phrases like, "We can't afford that," "one day," or "life is what it is." But what if I told you that heaven has already decided it will no longer be like that for you? What if I told you that divine favor has... When God decides to elevate a person, He does it in ways that silence every doubt, cancel every limitation, and erase every label that life or people have placed on them. The second key truth is that God is positioning you for a level of financial influence and generational prosperity that your family has never witnessed before. You are not rising by accident. You are rising because heaven has chosen you as the vessel through which a new financial legacy will begin. And when God chooses someone for such a purpose, He doesn't consult your background, your qualifications, or your bank balance. He consults His plan. He consults His promise. He consults the destiny He placed inside you before you were even born. That is why the battle around your finances has been heavy. That is why the pressure has been intense. You are fighting for something bigger than a bank account. You are fighting for a divine inheritance that will rewrite the financial history of your entire bloodline. There are seasons in life when God hides His chosen ones, not because they are irrelevant, but because He is preparing them. A seed is not buried to die, it is buried to grow. You may have felt buried under responsibilities, under debt, under setbacks, under the feeling of, why hasn't my breakthrough come yet? But what you call buried, heaven calls planted. The soil around you is not suffocating you, it is shaping you. God has been developing your character to handle the wealth He is about to release into your hands. Some people want the blessing, but they don't want the discipline that maintains it. Some want financial elevation, but they are not ready for the decisions, the wisdom, and the maturity it requires. God loves you too much to give you something that will destroy you. So He allowed a process, and that process has been shaping your integrity, sharpening your discernment, and preparing your spirit for stewardship. You are not just going to receive money, you are going to manage wealth. You are not just going to rise, you are going to stay elevated. You are not just going to break through, you are going to break records. And when this transformation begins, the people around you will notice. They will see a shift, first in your mindset, then in your actions, then in your results. You will talk differently. You will move differently. You will make decisions differently. That is because God is shifting you from survival thinking to abundance thinking. You are not meant to scrape through life. You are not designed to live under financial pressure. You are appointed, anointed, and assigned to create wealth that carries purpose. You are chosen to be the first in your family line, will not come through stress or human striving alone. It will come because God's favor will rest upon you like a mantle. Favor is when God breathes on your effort and multiplies the outcome. Favor is when opportunities chase you. Favor is when people you don't even know feel compelled to help you. Favor is when doors open, not because of who you are, but because of whose you are. And you belong to a God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, a God who opens rivers in dry places, a God who uses the unlikely to do the unimaginable. When His favor picks you, no force on earth can stop the rise. There will be moments when you won't even understand how everything is working out so perfectly. You will meet the right people at the right time. Resources will show up exactly when you need them. Ideas will come into your mind that you know you didn't think of on your own. Strategies will flow from you that are beyond your experience or education. This is because the hand of God is guiding your path. He is orchestrating your steps. He is arranging divine connections and supernatural opportunities. And as He elevates you, no one will be able to deny that your prosperity is not normal, it is divine. And this rise will not be quiet. God will make your testimony loud. He will use your life as evidence that He lifts the humble, He raises the overlooked, and He honors the faithful. You will become the example in your family that shows what happens when someone trusts God deeply and refuses to quit. You will be the one who shows that obedience produces overflow. You will be the one who demonstrates that faith attracts abundance. You will be the one who proves that God can take someone from the back and place them at the front, from the lowest to the highest, from the least expected to the most blessed. Your elevation is not just financial, it is generational. Your children will benefit from decisions you make today. Your family will live in homes they never imagined. Your loved ones will see opportunities they never had before, not because you were lucky, but because you were chosen. And when God decides to raise someone, no generational curse, no financial limitation, no past mistake, and no human opinion can stand in the way. There comes a moment in every person's life when the pressure around them is so strong, so loud, and so convincing that it tries to make them believe that nothing extraordinary will ever rise out of them. You may come from a family where lack has been normal, where compromise has been inherited, and where dreams were often dismissed because survival took priority over vision. But something is shifting inside you, something that is not dependent on the past, the environment, or the expectations of those around you. There is a quiet awakening in your spirit that is beginning to whisper that you are not meant to repeat the story you were born into. You are meant to write a new one. And this awakening is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is not wishful thinking. It is recognition of the potential that has been placed inside you. It is the understanding that you are being prepared for a level of influence, responsibility, prosperity, and impact that will redefine what is possible in your family line. When you begin to realize this, something powerful happens. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of what you inherited, and you begin to see yourself as the one chosen to shift the direction of everything that comes after you. You begin to recognize that your journey is not random. You begin to feel that the challenges you faced were not designed to break you, but to strengthen you for the weight of what you will carry. Responsibility is not given to the weak. Abundance is not entrusted to the careless. Legacy is not built by those who quit at the sight of difficulty. You have been through storms not because you were forgotten, but because you were being fortified. There is a strength inside you that even you haven't fully understood yet. People around you may have expected you to settle. They may have thought that your future would look like everyone else's. They may have quietly assumed you would struggle the same way others struggled. But life is about to surprise them, not because you are trying to impress them, but because you have made a decision to grow beyond the circumstances that shaped your early years. The moment you decide to rise, the moment you choose discipline over excuses, the moment you commit to improving your mind, your character, and your habits, a shift begins that cannot be hidden. You start attracting ideas, opportunities, and favor that others cannot explain. You begin moving with a clarity that seems unusual. You speak differently, think differently, and respond differently because you're no longer operating from where you were. You're operating from where you're going. What is rising inside you is not just ambition, it is purpose. Purpose is powerful because it fuels persistence. When you know that your success is not just about you, you stop giving up easily. You stop living casually. You stop accepting the limitations that others try to place on you. As you stand at this turning point in your life, remember this truth. God never speaks abundance into a person unless he has already prepared the path for it. The fact that you feel this message, the fact that something inside you is shifting, the fact that hope is rising in your heart, this is not coincidence. This is confirmation. You are stepping into a season where the old limits will not hold you anymore. The boundaries that stopped others in your family will not stop you. The curses that crippled generations before you will not touch you. What blocked them will break for you. Where they stopped is where you will begin. God is raising you as the first in your lineage to handle wealth with wisdom, excellence, humility, and purpose. You are not rising by luck. You are rising by divine appointment. You are not stepping into riches for selfish gain. You are stepping into provision that will heal wounds, open doors, and rewrite your entire family's story. You will be the first to achieve what no one else thought possible. You will be the first to rise to a level that breaks every ceiling. You will be the first to introduce abundance to a family that has only known struggle. But remember, your rise is not just about money. It is about identity. It is about destiny. It is about stepping into the person God designed you to be before you were even born. Wealth is simply the evidence of a deeper transformation happening inside you. As God lifts you, He will also refine you. As He blesses you, He will also strengthen you. As He increases you, He will also guide you. You are not stepping into ordinary success. You are stepping into a kind of prosperity that shocks your surroundings, inspires your family, and glorifies your God. So lift your head, expand your faith, expect the supernatural. The doors you thought were closed are about to open. The resources you thought were impossible are about to find you. The opportunities you have been praying for are already in motion. You are entering a chapter where everything begins to align for your victory. You are chosen, you are positioned, you are prepared, and very soon you will become the richest person in your family, not by chance, not by force, but by divine design. This is your season, this is your assignment, this is your calling. Rise because your wealth, your breakthrough, and your destiny are already on the way.